All right, so now we're at the sort of nerve-wracking part of the kitchen. Before I get cabinets and stuff in the way, it makes it hard to get to the wall. I've got to cut a hole to put this window in. So this window is going to be mounted right here, which is sort of over the sink. The sink's going to be off a little bit. Just constraints on where we can put stuff. The way the rig is there's the ribs are 2 feet on center, so I got one here, one way over here, but I nudged it this way as far as I felt safe to miss this this rib right here. And so put a window there, and then I also have to cut an opening down here below the counter for this water fill. That one, I'm going to use the reciprocating or oscillating cutter, vibrating tool. I'll use that up on here too, but for the most part, that I'm going to cut with my little circular saw. I'm not worried about hitting any metal. There's 3 inches of foam back in there because I put in the 1/2 inch, and then 1 inch, and then 2 inch. So there's what, 3.5 inches of foam in this wall. So I can cut rather deep, get that cut out, and then just use a knife to trim away the excess foam. So let me get to that, and then we will move outside. The reason I've got this piece of house wrap is because I've already installed the tankless hot water heater, and I don't want to fill that up with sawdust. I don't know, seems like a good idea. Flames, sawdust shouldn't mix. So, all right, let me get cutting this. Okay, so I got the hole cut out, and I test fit the window. It fits from the inside. Of course, it's going to get mounted on the outside. So I need to transfer this to out there. And the easiest way, take a drill, and I'm going to drill right in the corners, and then I will go out and connect up the corners and cut it out. there's that. Now I'm gonna switch over. Well, I'm gonna go outside. I'll cut this one, and then I'll do that other one, and then we'll install. So let me go outside. Sorry. Okay, as you saw in the time lapse, put some butyl tape around, got the window in. Now I got to get some screws, screw that in, and then cut the hole for the water fill that's going to be up there. But it's one of those, kitchens are fun. It's all the little details. So I'll show you the plumbing that I did earlier, and then the next one we'll do cabinets. So let me take you in and show you the plumbing. All right, so the other thing I did most of today before I got to the windows was the plumbing. And this is how I like to do it. I like to start off at the source. So here's the 100-gallon tank. The water's going to come in there. That valve is in case I have to do any work or somebody has to do any work on the system. They can put it in the position it is now, shut it off, not lose any of the water out of the tank. Valves are cheap, easy to put in. All right, so then I went to the filter. It's a coarse filter, keep any big chunks from getting into the pump. The pump is just a standard SureFlow. It's in hundreds of RVs, proven technology, and it's got these little connectors here that turn on and seal. So if you ever have to take the pump out, you just undo those, be able to pull it out. Next up is a check valve. This allows water to go up into the system, but not back through. That'll be important. Come up, first T comes off and goes through this big C shape to get to the water inlet to the demand hot water heater. This still be set on full all the time. Anyway, so that's comes this way. This little stub out is going to go to the sink, and coming back here, it goes tees off and goes this way. This one with a valve is to a potential outside shower. That is the cold water over to the tub. All right, now hot water comes out again, another valve comes out. This is going to the sink, comes up again, outdoor shower, and then to the tub. At the tub is where things are a little different than most systems. And this, I tell everybody that this particular thing right here is the best thing you can get when you have a tankless hot water heater. They have a tendency to put out water way too hot or fluctuates all over the place. It's in Celsius. 38 degrees Celsius is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. This, you can turn it down, but it locks, it prevents scalding. By that, you can turn it up. Now you notice that this is at the tub. It is not to the kitchen sink. Kitchen sink, you may want water hotter than 100 degrees. So that gets the water right out of the tankless heater, and you can mix cold water with it. Now, because this controls the temperature of the water, there's no need to, even though I have a mixing valve in here, there is no need to mix it. So what I did was I just teed off, and into the cold and the hot is the water coming out of the tempering valve. So that's that way, no matter where you turn it, it's going to be the same temperature water. No real reason to change that. Oh, if that light's bright in your eyes, but let me come over here, get you guys in the shadow. So that's basically why I did it that way. I did all this right now because this is going to be kitchen cabinets. The stove is going to be here. There's going to be enough of a gap to be able to get to that, to change it. It's going to be a little storage area for pans and whatnot. I left that open so that if that ever needs to be replaced or got to, you don't have to tear into the wall. It's going to be hidden in there, and it's fine. I don't know if I mentioned that stub up there with the big brass thing. That is another check valve. That will be hooked into the over there where the where you can hook up to campground water. You know, so pressurized. It comes in. What you don't want is when you're using the pump for it to pump up and pump out through that opening. That's why that check valve is to allow city water or campground water to come in and pressurize the whole system without pushing back through the pump and into the tank, or and the other check valve, or that one, is to keep it from, that's what, you know, that's so you are going to pump it all out. Easiest way to do it. It looks complicated, but it's not. Again, you'll notice there's valves everywhere. I'm a big believer in putting in valves. If you need to work on the tub, you don't need to turn off the kitchen sink. So you just turn off the hot water to the tub, turn off the cold water to the tub, and you can do whatever you got to do there and still wash dishes or wash your hair in the sink. Conversely, there will be another couple valves out to at the kitchen sink. You can turn the sink off over there and still be able to get water out of the tub to do dishes or wash your hair or whatever. So same with hot water heater. You want to turn it off. There you go. The only place I didn't put a valve was in there after the pump into the whole system, and I might have to cut in and do that now that I think about it, because let's say you're in a campground and you still want to use water, so you got to pull out the pump. That way you can turn that off. Well, no, doesn't matter because of the check valve. The check valve will not let water come this way. So I could hook this up to a hose and pull the pump out and not worry about that emptying out. So there you go. You know, that try to get that light on it. So that basically took all day. Starting out with that rudimentary plan of what's going to go where, and then can I do it? Start at the source, work your way up, and go, okay, the first thing it's going to do is go to the water heater. All right, so I need to tee off. Now where is it going to go? And each step of the way, where is it going to go next? So headed to the tub, also headed to the outdoor shower, also got water coming in. So that's why there's a whole mess of teas in one spot. Tank, so I worked my way cold water all the way over to the tub, and then did the same with the hot water. So now I can start building cabinetry around all this mess. And yeah, so there you go. Next video, I'll be doing more kitchen and building around about 1.5 foot or so. The water tank is going to be buried into the kitchen cabinet, which is nice because that's where the feed is. You'll open up a cabinet door, look in, see the tank, see how much water you got. Not like in my rig where I got to get down on my hands and knees in the mud and look underneath. This one, open up a cupboard door, and it's right there. So I'm looking forward to getting water in here and some power hooked up to it and test the system